Scientist around the world. Rosalind Franklin, the scientist who explored tiny worlds. Chapter 1. A clever scientist grows. In the busy city of London, lived a smart scientist named Rosalind Franklin. Since she was young, Rosalind loved science and exploring. Her clever mind and always wanting to learn took her to amazing places. Chapter 2. The world of chemistry and X-rays. Rosalind became a famous chemist and crystallographer. She used special rays called X-rays to study tiny things like molecules, especially DNA. It was like taking pictures of the little blocks that make up life. Chapter 3. The DNA puzzle. In the 1950s, scientists everywhere tried to solve the puzzle of DNA, the tiny thing that makes us alive. Rosalind's X-ray pictures were super important to understand how DNA looks. She found out that DNA is like a twisted ladder, and her pictures helped solve the puzzle. Chapter 4. The double helix mystery. Rosalind's work was really important, but not everyone noticed it when she was alive. Two other scientists, James Watson and Francis Crick, used her research to talk about the double helix shape of DNA in a big paper. Sometimes, people didn't talk enough about what Rosalind did. Chapter 5. A lot of discoveries. Rosalind Franklin's work wasn't just about DNA. She also learned a lot about other tiny things like viruses. Her research helped many new things happen in science and medicine. Chapter 6. Remembering an amazing scientist. Today, we remember and celebrate Rosalind Franklin for all the great things she did in science. Her story teaches us how important it is to notice and appreciate the work of all scientists, no matter if they are boys or girls. Chapter 7. Be curious and keep trying. Rosalind's story shows us that being curious, trying hard, and loving what you do is super important. Even when things are difficult, she never stopped trying to learn more. And that, dear young readers, is the story of Rosalind Franklin, the clever scientist who used X-rays to explore the tiny worlds of molecules. Remember, being curious and trying your best can lead to amazing discoveries. Curios, let's answer these questions. 1. Rosalind Franklin used X-rays to look at tiny things like molecules. How do you think X-rays can help us see things that are too small for our eyes? 2. Why do you think people didn't notice and appreciate Rosalind Franklin's work when she was alive? Do you think this happens to other scientists too? 3. The double helix is a special shape that DNA has. What do you think double helix means, and why is it important for understanding DNA? Can you draw a simple picture of what you think a DNA double helix looks like? 4. Rosalind Franklin didn't just study DNA, she also looked at viruses. What do you think viruses are, and why is it important to know about their shape and behavior? 5. Rosalind's story tells us it's good to be curious and not give up. Is there something you are curious about that you would like to learn more about or discover one day?